I think that's working. Pretty sure. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, yep. Oh, Carrie's here. Hey, Carrie, thanks for coming. Okay, I think this is all pretty sure it's working. Pecherkininata. Hello. Thanks for coming. We're doing our live ESL Q&A today. So, yep. Hi. Yep, hey there. How's it going? Thanks for coming. So if you got any ESL questions, let me know. Hey, Prince is here. Hey, Prince. Sorry about not seeing your comments, Prince. Yeah, we got a lot of new followers lately, and I think they're all bots because they're just like posting. They're spamming a lot of comments, but they're all like hearts and thumbs up and stuff, right? So I'm getting a bunch of comments, which I guess is good for my what do they call it? Engagement. But whenever I go onto the Instagram and I like click the notifications and then I filter it to look at comments, it only shows me a certain number, and you got so many that came in that it doesn't show me yours. It didn't show me yours. So sorry about that. Do you think that the answer I gave you was adequate? That was a pretty big question. Next time, maybe do 2. Yeah, you can understand. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're a lot of bots, though. I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of bots, because just based on the comments that they're giving me, it's like heart, thumbs up, heart, fire. I think that's bot behavior, but I don't know why a bunch of bots would start following me. Usually, you have to pay someone to scam you with bots. Right, I guess someone's sending. Maybe they're not bots. I don't know. Maybe. My first question for you today is how to use as a matter of fact. Okay, as a matter of fact. Hey, Pramita, thanks for coming. Aslan, thanks for coming. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, well, I mean, even if they are a bunch of bots, I guess it's still good. Still good for me, I guess, for my engagement. That's what they call it on Instagram, is engagement. Yeah, all right. So as a matter of fact, all right, that's a pretty interesting phrase. Let me type that into the Instagram here. Someone's asking about as a matter of fact. All right, we use this in a couple of different ways. Okay, so let me just type that because my handwriting is a little bit ugly. I know my handwriting is not that good. So we might use this to very strongly emphasize a point. Emphasize a point that you're making, or we might use it to kind of like emphasize a counterpoint. Emphasize a counterpoint to what someone else is saying, particularly when we think they are very wrong about something or are lying about something. All right? As a matter of fact. Hey there, Julia. I'm just going to call you Julia. That Z and L before. I'm not sure. Julia. Thanks for coming. We're doing our ESL live stream Q&A. All right, so someone's asking about the phrase as a matter of fact. Okay. Nope. Someone came in and just immediately left. Okay, bye, Julia. So I really like, let's just like a very simple sentence. I really like cheese. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite food. Right, is that actually true about me? No. But I mean, I do like cheese, but it's not really my favorite food. Right? Or I need to go on a vacation. As a matter of fact, I need it really soon, right? So again, I'm very strongly emphasizing the point that I need to go on a vacation, right? Me, I actually just got done with my winter vacation. So again, it's not really true, right? So the as a matter of fact, we're just using that to very strongly emphasize some point that we're making, okay? But so this is the strong emphasis on your point. All right. Now, alternatively, we might use this to emphasize a counterpoint, right? You said that the country can't afford building high-speed trains. But as a matter of fact, we could afford it if we stopped spending so much money on the military. All right, so I'm emphasizing a counterpoint. It's like, okay, you said we can't do this. Well, as a matter of fact, we can do it. All right, so I'm saying, like, I disagree, and what you're saying is wrong. It's not a fact. What the real fact is what I'm saying, right? Or you said you couldn't come out with us yesterday because you were busy with school. As a matter of fact, I actually saw you downtown on a date. Right? So I'm like, haha, you were lying. The fact is you were on a date. You weren't busy with school. Lying. Right? So I'm kind of emphasizing that counterpoint, or perhaps even downtown. I said dowtown. Downtown. It might be emphasizing a counterpoint, or emphasizing that you think someone is being dishonest or not truthful. Let's show everybody on Instagram what we're writing here, just so you can have the benefit. Now, if you guys on Instagram wanted to see what I was writing or typing, you could always watch on YouTube. Okay, and the YouTube, you can find our channel on the link tree in my Instagram bio. Okay, so if you actually want to see what I'm writing or doing, you can watch on YouTube. All right, so as a matter of fact, strongly emphasizing a point, or emphasizing a counterpoint, perhaps even accusing someone of lying about something or being dishonest somehow. Right? Who wants to try their own sentence using as a matter of fact? So it's by its nature, it's going to need to be in a complex sentence structure, because we're using it to emphasize something previously said, or emphasize a counterpoint to something that was already said. So it's going to need to be some kind of complex sentence structure, just the nature of the statement. All right, so I'm going to turn this back around. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. James, could you please try to create some stories using phrasal verbs and idioms, as I strongly believe that's the best way to learn them in context? Sure. I mean, I guess that's what I usually try to do with my examples. They're kind of like short stories and stuff, right? Some stories. But yeah, I mean, we can try something like that. Sure, why not? What do you mean exactly? Do you mean like create a story about the idiom, or create a story about the phrasal verb? I think, yeah, okay, yeah. Please try to create some stories using, but I think, yeah, maybe about it. Can we use as a matter of fact and actually interchangeably? Good question. Right. I really like cheese. Actually, it's my favorite food. I need to go on a vacation. Actually, I need one really soon. You said that you can't afford, that the country can't afford high-speed trains. Actually, we could afford it if we stopped spending so much money on the military. You said you couldn't come out with this yesterday because you were busy with school. Actually, I saw you downtown on a date. So, yes, we could. We could use actually pretty much in the same places and in the same ways as a matter of fact. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we could definitely do that if we want to. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good question there. Yeah, really good question. Who wants to try some sample sentences? Come on now. I know, I guess people are kind of nervous about doing that thing. Or that sort of thing. But, don't be nervous. If you don't practice using something, then you're not going to be able to use it. All right, so a little practice is going to be required. Okay, a little bit of practice is really necessary. So I'll give you guys a couple of minutes if anyone wants to try it. All right. My next question is how to use to have in store for. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can work on that. But first, I'm going to give everyone a minute or two to see if they want to try using actually or as a matter of fact in their own sentence. All right. Who wants to try one out? All right, I'll type one here on Instagram. We get a lot of people popping in and out of here pretty rapidly, huh? Yeah, pretty rapidly. So we had 5 people, now there's 1. We had 6 people, now it's 1. Yeah, people don't stay. I don't know. Let's write up our own example in Instagram. I really like cheese. Chiswa. Okay, that's nice autocorrect there. Cheese. As a matter of fact, let's switch the camera around so you guys can see the writing too. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite. Alright. Hey, Satar Saif. How's it going? Thanks for coming. Let me know if you have any ESL questions, because I'd really like to answer them. Okay, right now we were just going over as a matter of fact versus actually, how we can use them to emphasize a counterpoint or emphasize some kind of point that we're making. All right, we can use them basically the same exact way. As a matter of fact, she speaks 4 languages fluently, right? Okay, great. All right, very good. Great. Now, usually, like I said, we'll use as a matter of fact as in a more complex structure. So she speaks lots of languages. Lots of languages. As a matter of fact, she speaks 4 languages fluently. All right. Aha. Right, so usually if we're using as a matter of fact like that, we're going to have more, little bit more context and more information. Okay, so keeping that in mind. Now, let's see if anyone else has an example. How to use have in store for? A, have you painted your house blue? B, as a matter of fact, my favorite color is red, but my brother forced me to go with blue. Ooh, really nice. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one. Why don't you pursue arts in college? As a matter of fact, my grandfather's dream was to see me as a doctor, so I have to pursue science. Ha! Great. Awesome. Another really good one. Yeah, nice sample sentences, Prince. Excellent. Excellent job. All right, very nice. Very nice. Now, Fatima, hey, it's been a while. We haven't seen you around for a little bit. Welcome back. Welcome back to the live stream. Well, actually, I guess this could be a different Fatima. But I think you're the same Fatima. So, welcome back. Um, I guess people change their usernames on Instagram sometimes. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that, but I guess I shouldn't do that because my username is kind of like the business name. All right, so probably shouldn't change it. Hey, Jishnu. Okay, so Prince asked another question about how to use to have in store for, something to be in store for. Okay, so let's go over that a bit. So let me delete all of our matter-of-fact stuff. Okay, now again, if someone's watching the recording later on like Instagram, or someone's watching later or whatever, if you want to see my examples or what I wrote down or whatever, you can always just come over to the YouTube channel and watch it there. No problem. Okay? So it's always going to be available to you. It's recorded. All right? So just keep that in mind. Can you tell that I really want to encourage people to watch on YouTube more? Maybe you can tell. All right? Instagram does not monetize videos. YouTube does. Although I guess some people make money on Instagram somehow, like with I don't know, some sort of sponsorship or something. I don't know, whatever. All right, that's not my. I'm not like an Instagram social media marketing person or whatever. Okay, what was it again? To have in store for. As a matter of fact, your marvelous explanation is making me make good sentences. Great, okay, yeah. Another excellent sentence, by the way. Really good. Really good. Look at this. We are currently breaking our concurrent viewer record. That's like concurrent means at the same time. We are currently shattering our concurrent viewer record on YouTube because we have 3 people watching. It's usually 1, sometimes 2. This time, boom, 3. So that's a 50% increase or a 100% increase, however you think about it, or even a 200% increase from 1 and a 50% increase from 2. Math. I'm not a math teacher for a very good reason, though, because I am awful at math. Okay, now, have in store for, right? To have in store for, or to be in store for. Right, pretty interesting examples here, or pretty interesting question here. I guess we could use this in a couple of different contexts. All right, let's type that down on Instagram so people can benefit. As someone, Prince asked a question about to have or to be in store for. Not door, for. All right. So, pretty interesting phrasing there. I guess it's not that uncommon. All right. Does anyone have any ideas? Like we can run through our own ideas first, all right? Let me type back to someone. There we go. Oh, good. We got some more people. Hey there. Hi. Mabello and Adil. Thanks for coming. Love to have you. We're currently answering some questions, all right? It's an ESL live stream. It's kind of, let's see if anyone. I rather enjoy watching live sessions on YouTube than watching on Instagram. Is this sentence correct? I would say more than on Instagram, right? You want to do more than on Instagram. Sometimes people abbreviate comparative structures like that, just using than. I rather enjoy watching live sessions on YouTube than watching on Instagram. It makes sense. I think that's more of a British way of doing it. But I would say I rather enjoy watching live sessions on YouTube more than watching on Instagram. I think it's better. It's more clear. It's more easily clear what that means. Hey there, Kanmaha. Thanks for coming. So, to be in store for something means it's just something that you're expecting, right? Or you think it's likely to happen, right? Something. Why am I writing this with my pen, huh? Come on, my handwriting is not that good. I should type it. I'm typing it. If something is in store for, or you are in store for something, that means it's something that you are expecting, anticipating, or maybe even like thinking it's likely, or perhaps even dreading, right? So in store for could have a positive or a negative context, right? We can use this in a positive or negative context, all right? So, how about this, right? You studied very hard and for a long time for your upcoming test. You are in store for a great grade. Right? So this means you're expecting a good grade on your test as a result of studying for it so well. All right? It's like that's what you're expecting. So I'm saying, yeah, you're in store for a great grade. Or like, I worked really hard last year. I'm in store for a promotion, right? Something like that. So again, like you're expecting or anticipating a promotion. You feel you deserve it because of all of your hard work. Right? You're in store for a promotion. I'm sure. Okay. So that's a really positive kind of, usually it's, well, yeah, I think usually more often people use it in a positive context. Right? So it's something that you're expecting. Right? So when we use in store for, like we use the for as a preposition to introduce this expected result, right? In a negative context, we'll often list the result and then use in store, right? Right, negative. You have been a bad boy. You have a punishment in store, right? Or you have been a bad boy. You are in store for a punishment, right? We don't have to use it without the for. We can still do that, all right? All right, you deserve a punishment. You should expect a punishment as a result of your bad behavior. All right. So punishment. I said punishment instead of punishment. Lovely. That's I swear I can spell. I just was typing a little too fast. So it still has basically the same meaning. It's just we can use it in a positive or a negative context. Okay. Kanmaha is asking, he says, a tip to memorize phrases. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, like Prince was saying earlier, one very good way to help us remember a phrase is to make a story about it. Right? Yeah, we can do that. Right? When I was studying for my GRE, the graduate test for graduate school in the United States, I was learning some new advanced vocabulary, advanced English vocabulary. I read a lot already, so I didn't have to learn a lot of new vocabulary, but it's always good to learn at least a little bit here and there. All right? Like ameliorate. All right, what does ameliorate mean? It means to kind of fix or improve a friendship or something like that. All right, like to make friendly again. That's something that was unfriendly. So it's like, oh, my friend got in a fight. We need to ameliorate our relationship. We need to ameliorate this. Right, so I'm using that kind of context in my mind. I'm kind of trying to remember that example in context so that I can help remember the word. Okay. Yeah, and like whenever I'm trying to learn new vocabulary in any language like Chinese or Spanish, what I like to do is I call it linguistic shadowboxing or vocabulary shadowboxing. Still similar, right? You're going to try to come up with stories, but try to think about a situation, a conversation. If you're trying to learn a new word like ameliorate, like why would I say that? What would someone say to me that would get me to say that, right? Like someone says, "Hey, me and my girlfriend are fighting. Dang it, it's so hard." Well, you should try to ameliorate your relationship. All right. Or maybe someone says, yeah, me and my employer are, we're in a disagreement with my contract, and we're going to have to go to a third party to ameliorate the disagreement, right? To make it better again, or to make it more friendly again, right? Ameliorate. To make something bad, better. Right. That just means to make something that's bad better, to improve it, to help it in some way. Right? So, oh man, gosh, my knee hurts. Like you might want to go to physical therapy to ameliorate the pain, right? To improve the pain. All right. So, trying to think of, I guess we can call them stories or examples or conversational contexts where we would use the word. Right, I rather enjoy I'm sure that if you could try to go live a bit earlier, you'd definitely get more viewers, as it's almost midnight in India now. It's funny you should say that, Prince, because I actually did start doing the live an hour earlier last year, but then my time changed. We went through the time change for fall, and so now it's late again. Like, I did specifically put the live stream back by 1 hour for that reason, but then we went through a time zone change, or like a daylight savings time change. So I guess like in a couple more months, then the time will my time will go forward again, and then it'll be a better time for India again. But I'm not paid for the live stream. That's the problem. And if I put it back another hour, then that would cut into some of my paid teaching time, and I can't do that. Right? I can't afford it. So, sorry. Right? Maybe if this year something really weird or crazy happens, and I just get like thousands and thousands of times more followers on YouTube, and like many thousands and thousands of hours of more viewing time, and it starts to become monetized, then I'll start doing it even earlier. But until then, yeah, sorry. Can't afford to do that because I can't cut into my paid teaching time. All right, so my paid lessons, my morning slot ends 30 minutes before this live stream. So I have to finish that lesson, quickly get everything ready to get ready for the live stream, and then do the live stream as soon as possible. So this is about as early as I can do it feasibly, unless I want to lose money, and I cannot afford to lose money. Sorry. So maybe later, but I'm always gonna give priority to my paid work, right? Because I do silly things like eat food and require electricity and pay a mortgage and stuff, But I wish I could do it earlier, and I did technically do it earlier. It's just then the daylight savings time happened. Ah, right, love it. So going more over to have in store for, right? Let's show the Instagrammers our examples here. All right, so if you guys can see it, I hope is this big enough to read? Right, so we have our positive and our negative, right? You studied hard for a long time for your upcoming test. You're in store for what? A great grade, right? You're expecting a great grade, a good grade, because you studied hard. I worked really hard last year. I'm in store for a promotion, right? I'm saying I expect a promotion as a result of my hard work. Negative context, you've been a bad boy. You have a punishment in store, right? We don't have to use the in store for with the object after it. We could have the object before it. That's also fine. Or we don't, you've been a bad boy. You are in store for a punishment. Either way is fine. You deserve this. You should expect this as a result of bad behavior. Okay? Who wants to try an example sentence for that? Anybody? It is. I mean, it's a nice phrase. It's it's functional. It works. It helps us to express something a little bit complicated. I guess we could just basically say like, oh, you've been a bad boy. You should expect a punishment. You're in store for a punishment. You should expect a punishment. Same. But in store for is more idiomatic. Who wants to try out their own example, right? And hey, if you make a mistake, don't worry about it, right? I'm a teacher. I need you to make mistakes for me to have something to do, right? Asking questions and making mistakes is how I live, man, So just don't be shy. And by the way, if someone gives you a hard time for making a mistake, I will kick them straight out of the community because I don't have time for that kind of negativity in my learning community, right? We have to be ready and willing to make mistakes. And you know what? I don't know everything either. I make mistakes too. Okay? I tell people all the time, I am a highly experienced and fully qualified English teacher, but I am not the all-knowing, almighty master of everything English. Right? No one is. Hey there, Red. I don't know how to read that, but Guerra seems to be your last name. So hello, thanks for coming. Yeah, we're talking about some idiomatic phrasing right now, but if you have your own ESL question, please ask. So right now I'm trying to see if anyone wants to give me an example for using in store for. All right, so we're going to give it a minute and see if anyone has one. As a matter of fact, I am in store for a raise in your viewership as you really deserve it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, what the heck? What happened here? Oh, I think I just messed up the YouTube stream. Did I? No? Still working. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I... Will I get a raise in viewership? Maybe. Probably not. All right, probably not. Okay, yeah, so the YouTube stream is still working. I pressed a button on OBS to, like, heart Prince's response, and then it's like, oh, you have to sign in, and, okay. I don't know why that happened, but, anyway. We'll worry about that OBS thing later. No big deal. Just, I can just go onto YouTube to do the chat. Yeah, well, thanks. We'll see if it actually happens. Right? Probably not. Yeah, I don't know how people like get a lot of followers and stuff. Maybe they just do more than me, and I don't know. It seems impossible, but whatever. So, anyone want to try another example for in store for? That was a really good one, Prince. That was a nice one. As a matter of fact, As a matter of fact, I am in store for a raise in your viewership as you really deserve it. Well, I think you should say, as a matter of fact, you are in store for a raise in your viewership, as you really deserve it. That would make a little bit more sense to make it all about me. Right? Imagine that, a streamer that wants it to be all about them. I swear I'm not narcissistic or self-obsessed. I'm just doing this for the business. Oh, everybody, you might have noticed that the subscription package is no longer being offered. So I was advertising it to great personal expense. And after like $600 worth of advertising, we only had like 3 or 4 people sign up for the $5 a month subscription package. So that's operating at a very, very severe loss. So I put that on hold maybe until the summertime. Okay, so sorry if someone was like looking for that or hoping to sign up. Probably not based on our ad results, but if someone was, yeah, I just put it on hold for a while. It was not doing well, so I've got my my master's program semester starting in like 2 or 3 days. So for the next like 16, 17 weeks, I really need to focus more on that. And then maybe in the summertime, then we'll try that again. Okay, but yeah, the advertising in India didn't seem to go well. I would have millions, literally millions of people would see the ad. But I guess nobody wanted it, or I don't know. All right, so next time I think we're going to advertise in South America. My teaching manager, Jim, he thinks South America would be a better. Yeah, you would better be. You better had in store for failure since you did not study well. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, nice one. I think, let's see here. Yeah, how about this? I think the phrasing here would be better if you said you had better be in store for failure since you didn't study well. Yes. Really nice one, Khan Maha. Really good one. That's a nice one. Very nice. Prince says, would it be possible for you to post 1 or 2 stories every week using some phrasal verbs and idioms? I'm super confident that you are an expert in making great stories. Well, when you say stories, do you mean like the Instagram story? Last year, for a little while, I was making Instagram stories where it was like kind of a test or a quiz on like the correct like way to use certain idioms. Is that what you mean? You want me to do that again? Or do you mean like literally like posting a long form? No, so not an Instagram story, like maybe post a reel where I give extra examples about some kind of idiom or phrasal verb. So that's what you mean? Yeah, I can probably do that. I really need to figure out exactly how busy I'm going to be in this semester. Normal stories like children's stories. Yeah. I can probably do something like that. Yeah, I can probably do something like that. Like going over and giving more stories and context for idioms and phrasal verbs that I've already done. Yeah, I can probably do that. I tell you what, Prince. Send me that request in a private message on Instagram so I don't forget about it. Okay? And I'll try to maybe work something out for that. Yeah. Someone else, maybe it was you actually, someone else was also encouraging me to do more like skits, like a lot of these other language teachers do skits with different characters and costumes and backgrounds and stuff. That's like a lot more editing work, and not only do I really not like video editing, I'm also really, really bad at it. Hey, Emery, and Ferocious Flame. Cool name. Ferocious Flame. Yeah, cool name. Yeah, I'm really quite awful at video editing. It takes me a very long time to get like a pretty not very good quality result. Oh man, like once every day, maybe once every 2 days, I get like video editors from India or the Philippines offering their services to me, and I keep having to tell them like, I'm sorry guys, I don't have any money to pay you for this, right? I'm serious when I say it. I really do not make very much money, right? So most of my money really needs to go to any basic advertising that I do, and even then my budget for that is very, very low. I went into serious debt to do all those advertisements for the trial lesson subscription package. I'm going to be paying that off for months, probably 6 or 7 months. It's going to take me to pay all of that off. I really feel bad. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these video editors could do a very good job. I just don't have any money for these guys. Sorry. If any of you are watching now, I'm not lying, right? I really don't. I'm sorry. I just don't have the money for it. Let's see. Normal stories. Prince says, I've seen some teachers coming up with these kinds of stories. Many people are showing interest to learn from them. Yeah. So, what you're talking about, it's like a story, but it's actually, we might call it a skit, right? It's a skit. It's kind of a short comedy piece, some kind of humorous parody, or some very short, informal performance of something, right? So, yeah, a lot of other English teachers, they're doing a lot of skits. And my new format, where I've kind of got like the video one, where I got the two guys, one with wearing the hat one way, the other one wearing the hat the other way, kind of like in that same skit format. But yeah, I see what you mean. It's just that the more complicated and the more like costumes and stuff that you're using for that, like the longer it takes you to make it. And I'm a full-time English teacher, and now I'm also a full-time psychology student in my master's program. So it's tough to find the time to do that. I can, though. I'll try it out. I'll try making more of that kind of format. Sure. Why not? All right. Do show up, turn up, get in, have the meaning arrive or come. No, I'm not talking about skits. I'm talking about real stories only. Well, Prince, I always love follower input because it helps me, like, it takes some of the burden of creation and creativity off of me. So we need to spitball that a little bit more. We need to brainstorm that a little more. Prince, again, maybe send me some examples of what you're talking about. Okay? Can you private message me some examples of what you're talking about with these stories? Send me some examples in Instagram, please. So, because I thought that you were, I thought you were talking about something else. So maybe it's some other format that I haven't been seeing myself lately. So I'll send you some stories in your DM later. Great. Awesome. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. So, yeah, I thought you were talking about something else entirely. Well, gosh, let's see. How much more time do we have? We got another 17 minutes. Ooh! Gosh, I am super hungry. Yeah, I got to go get something to eat after this. Actually, I might have a banana right now. Is it bad to eat a banana during a live stream? Is it bad to eat something during a live stream? Maybe. Is that bad manners? Is that a faux pas? I don't know. I guess I should just wait. Right? I'm not dying. I'll wait. I think people don't like it when you eat during a live stream. Unless it's a live stream about eating. There are some YouTube people, that's like their content. they like talk about stuff while eating. I do not understand that. Like, I really don't get it. I think that's a Gen Z thing. Like, that's what they watch that kind of stuff. Danica says hi. Well, hey, hi. If you have any ESL questions, please let me know. What do you want to eat for lunch? It's a good question. Prince says, please have it. We're all humans. We can understand each other's situations. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like, I don't want to like be smacking on a banana in the microphone. It's like, maybe it's a little gross. I'll keep that in mind, Prince. Maybe I'll have it. Maybe not. Whatever. What do I want to eat for lunch? I don't know. I'm feeling lazy today. And in fact, my wife, she passed this big test for her insurance license that she was studying for really hard. She was studying really hard for a long time. She passed. She doesn't think it's worth celebrating. I think it's worth celebrating. So I think I would like to take her out to lunch where she wants to go. And she has excellent taste in food anyway. So whatever she picks, I'm sure will be delicious and excellent. So whatever. But yeah, maybe I'm just feeling lazy today and I just don't want to cook something. But I think it's worth celebrating. I mean, small victories are worth celebrating. Big victories are worth celebrating. I don't think it was a small victory because she really had to work really hard for a long time to pass that test. Which way is too easy to improve my fluency? Well, when you say TOO with an adjective like easy, too hot, too long, too short, you're saying this thing to a degree that you don't want or don't like. It's like bad. It's too much, right? It's to a higher degree than would be good. All right, so you don't want it to be too easy, right? There is no way that's too easy to improve your fluency. That would be great. Anything easier is always better, all right? So I think a comparative structure, which way is easiest or which way is easier to improve your fluency, I think would be better there. Okay, so just keeping that in mind. Well, you know, there's different types of fluency. I'm gonna assume that you're talking about speaking fluency. Okay, because when people are talking about fluency, usually they're talking about speaking fluency. Me, let's be clear about something. Increasing your fluency is not easy. It will not be easy, and it will never be easy, right? So let's get that out of our mind. There's no easy way to do it. However, there are better or more efficient or more effective ways to do it, right? More efficiently or more effectively, okay? So let's put that in our minds. I try to avoid the word easy when I'm talking about language learning or test prep because it's not easy. All right? I don't want people to have that expectation. It's not easy, but we can make things less difficult sometimes or more efficient or more effective. So if we're talking about speaking fluency, the best, most effective way is, of course, talking more. Right now, maybe you don't have a conversation partner immediately available. Okay, that's fine. There are lots of websites online like Chat Roulette or Omegle where you can find people to talk to. Okay, you have to be careful with that sort of thing because there's a lot of weirdos and freaks out there. Okay, a lot. So be careful with that. The app Busu, also you can find like speaking and conversation partners on there. There are Reddit communities of people who are looking for speaking and conversation partners. I think that there are even Discord servers for people who are looking for speaking and conversation partners. They are out there. Okay? It would be best if you were talking with native English speakers. But hey, if you can't find a native English speaker to talk to, it's fine. Talk to a non-native speaker, another learner. That's great. The more practice and the more time you spend speaking, the better your fluency is going to be. It's a matter of practice and time. Okay? Very, very important. Hello, Ali. Hello, Blackheart. Wow, cool. Cool name. Blackheart. Yeah, neat. Dina is asking about how to work on speaking fluency, right? And so I'm saying, just talking to anybody is always going to be good. Right? Anybody is good. If you can't find, or if you're too shy or too nervous to talk to anybody, out loud. Talk to yourself, right? You can be your own conversation partner. Again, I call this linguistic shadowboxing or vocabulary shadowboxing. If there's nothing else that you can do, just think, how would a conversation flow? How would I say this? And you'll run into things that you're like, okay, well, if someone asks me this, well, I don't know what I would say. There you go. Work on that, practice that, do some research, and then try again. And if someone says this, if someone says that, how would I respond to this? Come up with your own conversation in your own head. All right? That's also fine. And then another thing that I would really highly encourage is listening to English podcasts. Why podcasts? Because podcasts do not have subtitles, and you cannot see this person speaking. You can't read their lips. You can't read their facial features. You can't read their body language. A podcast is going to force very strict, only listening. And it's hard to have good speaking without good listening. Let's see. Prince is saying some stuff over here. James, please, blah, blah, blah. No, not that. Do show up, turn up, get in, have the same meaning as arrive or come? Okay, interesting question. Let's copy that. Actually, can I? Yeah, here we go. I'm going to copy that. Let's get back into our stuff here. Let's clear all this out of here from our Zoom whiteboard. We're going to put that question right up here at the top. Size 24 font. Boom. That's not size 24. Let's try that again. Boom. Do show up, turn up, and get in have the same meaning as arrive or come? I would say that show up and turn up can have the same meaning as arrive or come. Yes, right? My friend showed up at the party. My friend turned up at the party. My friend came to the party. My friend arrived at the party, right? So arrived, we often will have to use preposition, like arrive at. Thank you, sir, for giving answer to my question. No, I'm very happy to do that, right? That's what I'm here for. It's an ESL Q&A, right? Come on in. Ask any question. I think people more often ask me questions, functional questions like, how should I learn vocabulary? How should I do that? That's fine. Or more specific questions. Prince is pretty good at asking, specific things about phrases or grammar. Anything's good. It's all good. All right, come on in. Ask any question you want. That's the point. That's what I want. Even in my reels and stuff, I really want people to comment their own examples or ask questions. Lately, we're getting a lot of comments that are mostly emojis, and that's good for me too. That helps me, but it doesn't help the person giving the comment, right? So doesn't have a lot of educational value for the person sending a heart or a fire emoji. I'm here. I want people to learn more and learn something, but just sending comments is also good for me. But I want it to be good for you, right? So, whatever. So show up, turn up. They also can have other idiomatic meanings. And in fact, I don't know if this is a coincidence, Prince, but I do actually have reels about show up and turn up. Now, get in. This does not have a similar meaning as arrive or come. Usually to quote unquote get in, if used idiomatically, has a closer meaning as to be accepted somewhere, like in a program, in a graduate program, right? Example, right? I had to take my GRE and then apply to my graduate program. They only had about a 40% acceptance rate, but I got in, right? So I was accepted. I got in, right? Hey Hassan, hey Anupriya. Thanks. You guys are some of the ones that have been doing a lot of commenting. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. But as I have in my replies to you, I'll always encourage you to try try your own sentences, because that's going to be more educationally valuable for you. All right. Dinka says, no, not Dinka, Dinak, sorry, says, I like this quotation. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Well, yeah. Or you should never stop learning. Some people do. Some people do. All right, but that would be best. That would be best. Okay. Now, I have read in a book lately that get in also have the meaning as arrive. That's why I got a doubt whether to show up, turn up, get in can be used interchangeably. Arrive? I mean, you could come into a room or go into a room as a very direct statement. Get in as arrive. Like you could tell someone, hey, get in here, right? Like maybe you're out swimming with friends, you're in the pool, you say, hey, get in here, right? But that would mean more to enter the pool, right? But not really arrive. No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. What book was that? Where did you read that, Prince? Maybe there's some context that I'm not thinking of here. But I would disagree. Yeah, I would disagree. Anupriya says, which country you belong? Okay. We might, in a more normal phrasing, we might say, where are you from? All right, that's where are you from? Which country are you from? Right, that would, I mean, what you said makes sense, which country you belong, but that might, we'd say, which country do you belong to? All right, so we have to use a lot more prepositions there. It's kind of more complicated. It's harder. Just say, where are you from is a lot easier. All right, which country? You want to take a guess? Try to guess. You try to give me a guess, and then I'll tell you. All right, which country do you think I'm from? McGraw-Hill English Conversation Book? What example did they give there for that, Prince? To arrive, get in. Like you can get into a room, but that means more to enter it. He's get in to arrive. To come, to arrive. I don't know, man. I wouldn't say so. Well, give me the context for what they're saying there. Why are they saying that? Did they give you some kind of example? Sounds pretty weird to me. But McGraw-Hill, I think that's UK. Is that UK curriculum? Maybe they use it slightly differently over there. So Dinak says England. Anupriya says Canada. No, I'm American. I'm from the United States, Texas specifically. All right. If I was from England, I'd probably have an accent more like this, right? Well, there's several different English accents, but I think this is the one that I'm better at. Better at. They don't say they say No, yeah, I'm not Canadian. The Canadian accent is pretty similar to the American accent. There's some small, subtle differences, but the English accent or English accents is pretty different. All right. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Live stream. It's over. Uh-oh. We're out of time, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you super. Thank you so much for commenting, participating. Oh, that makes it such a better experience for me. Right? It's so much better when people are participating. Because when no one's participating. Thanks for the great session, James. Please eat something. Yeah, I'm super hungry. I'm gonna go eat something. Yeah, it is just such a better experience for me and probably the other viewers too when people participate. I love it. Yeah, I'm all about it. Thank you so much. Especially you, Prince. You're the rock star around here. All right, everybody. Yeah, good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever you've got, whatever your time zone is. So we'll see you next week, same time, same place for our ESL live stream. And remember, if you need help with your English, you need www.needhelpenglish.com. Education, training, success. We'll see you next time.